Now, 10 days after a telecom's mast crashed on the home of a resident in Pt.2 at Takomosa East local government area of Osun State, the situation has remained the same as the mast is yet to be removed. Although no life was lost, the accident left property of the affected person destroyed and rendered them homeless. This report is proof the channel's eyewitness platform is geared towards making sure that your concerns are brought to light. Our correspondent, Oluwaseun has more.
When this image was sent to the channel's eyewitness platform by Ben Victor, it raised an alarm over how many such masts erected across the country could be endangering the lives of millions of people. A follow-up, though not on the most pleasant of roads, was embarked on to the site of the accident. It led the channel's television crew to Pt.2 village in Takomosa East local government area of Osun State, southwest Nigeria. At first sighting, one instantly prayed for the occupants as the 120-meter mast split the building in two. Thankfully, no one was hurt, as this woman, Deborah Deshiji, was home alone when the world, as she put it, came crashing down on her.
I was alone when the mast came down around 6 p.m. on that day. I'm just recovering from the shock. The company that owns the mast came the following day, but they've not showed up again.
Her neighbor is also still shaking by the whole ordeal.
So we came here to actually check what's the causes of the problem, but we later discovered that it is the base of the mast that causes the problem, because the base that was used for the mast was very short. It was very shallow, as in the ground they dug for the mast was very shallow. That was what actually led to the problem.
Perhaps an interesting twist to this is the fact that the owner of the property says his consent was not sought before the mast was erected.
I discovered that, it was one itinerant villager there who has no relationship of any sort with me that brought those people. And he did not even as at now, specifically say, these are the company, and this is why he has done this is why he has done that. So I have no other reasons to keep quiet, but to report to the police.
This raises more questions, like who gave permission for the erection of the mast? Was an environmental impact assessment carried out? The State Commissioner for Environment assured that the big stick will be wielded on the erring telecoms company.
Even the timing of the casting may equally be wrong. The floors are very soft now due to excessive rain. So, and they have not dug too deep enough for their casting. We are contacting, working with Nestria to ascertain, and beyond the enforcement, we get the whole net people to rebuild and pay compensation to the man whose properties have been destroyed.
Due diligence is an investigation of a business to ensure certain standards are maintained. And through the images you sending to the channel's eyewitness platform, Channel Television will help ensure that the process is adhered to. Oluwaseun, Channel Television News.
Let's turn to elections now. As preparations begin for the general elections next year, the European Union has pledged to assist the Independent National Electoral Commission towards the conduct of credible polls. The German Foreign Minister, Frank-Walter Steinmeier, offered this commitment today during a visit to INEC's headquarters. Dr. Steinmeier, who was accompanied on the visit by the French Foreign Minister, Laurent Fabius, is, however, worried about the security situation in some parts of northern Nigeria. He said this may constitute a strong challenge for the electoral umpire. The Commission's chairman, Professor Tahiro Jega, applauded the European Union's support and gave the assurance that INEC is working with all key partners to overcome the security challenges to deliver free and fair elections next year. In the meantime, one of the top contenders for the governorship ticket of the All Progressives Grand Alliance in Imo State, Captain Emmanuel Iheanacho today picked his expression of interest form at the party's secretariat in Abuja. Captain Iheanacho, who was accompanied by a crowd of supporters and leaders of the party in Imo State, told the gathering this afternoon that he is in the race to rebuild the decaying infrastructure in the state and improve the standard of living.
If I thought that the job was being well done, I wouldn't be where I am today. I see this as a platform that will give me the best opportunity to contribute to the well-being of our people through the benefits of good governance. The resources that we depend upon, which comes from the sale of crude oil, is absolutely rapidly diminishing. Every country in West Africa has oil. America, that used to be our greatest trading partner in terms of buying our oil, is now self-sufficient in the availability of oil. So what we now need are visionary leaders who know how to create original value, who can deviate from this syndrome when you hold a bowl in your hand all the time and ask the federal government to give you grants. We are not going to do it. Anything that comes from the federal government under our administration will be an addition to what we are going to be able to do. We want to be able to manufacture all the things that we consume. If we like to pick our teeth with sticks, we're going to sharpen it ourselves. If we like to bath with soap, we're going to manufacture it. If we like to comb our hair, it will be made by Imolites. And that is the only way that we can get our people absolutely working. And we get away from this horrible syndrome. We are rich and we look to be the poorest nation on earth.
One of the contenders of APGA for the governorship elections in Imo State, Captain Emmanuel Iheanacho. We're in the South now, where 23 newly elected local government chairmen who won in Saturday's council polls conducted by the Delta State Independent Electoral Commission were today sworn in at the Cenotaph Arena in Asaba. Administering the oath of office, the state governor, Dr. Emmanuel Ibrahim, charged them to be prudent with public funds and ensure that they complete all ongoing projects in their locality to consolidate on the achievements of their predecessors. When the News at 10 returns, the federal government considers boosting cocoa production. We'll have more on that in business news. Please join us again.